I am going to remove this polycube script from my script editor. I don't need it, we're not going to use it. The cube is not really a useful shape for making rigging controls. So I will just delete that cube from my scene completely. I have removed it from my shelf. That script is gone. Instead, what I want to do is I want to make a really fancy custom curve that I can use every time I rig, and that curve is going to be an arrow-shaped curve. To make it, I am going to use my front orthographic view, and you may remember all the way back in Maya 1 we talked a little bit about curves, and anytime you make a curve you want to use your orthographic view. I will go to Create, Curve Tools, and I'm going to run the CV Curve tool. I am also going to run it through the option box so that I can make a change. This change is very simple. Cubes default to being cubic, which means that they're round, but for an arrow curve, I want it to be straight, so I will set it to linear. Having made that change, I can close my tool settings window and I'm all set to start making my arrow. I'm going to either hold down the X key on my keyboard for snap to grid, or I am going to press down on the snap to grid icon on my status line, and then I will click on this little box that's one box above the origin, then one box up, two boxes over, two boxes down, one box up, two boxes over, one box up, and back to where I started, and then I will press Enter. Over here, this gives me a lovely line of script. It's really long, but that's because I had a whole lot of points in my curve that I drew. So I'm going to take this line of script and I'm going to middle mouse drag it down here. So it says curve, flag D1, flag P, and after the flag P, my first point is 0, 1, 0, which makes perfect sense because the first point I clicked was 1 unit up along the y-axis. And then we go through and you can see all the rest of my points, and then eventually I end with this whole bunch of these little K flags, don't know what those are, and a semicolon. So before I go any further, let me go and see what I can find out about that K flag. So I'll go to the Mel command reference, which I've got open somewhere. Hang on one sec. Okay, here's my command reference. So the curve I'm looking for, the command I'm looking for is the curve command. So I'll go to All Commands, C, and then I will look for curve. See, there are lots of different types of curves, but I'm just looking for plain old normal curve. And then I will come through here. Ooh, I can append to a curve. The dash D was my degree. The default is 3 for cubic. And I, of course, changed mine to 1, so that makes sense. The K flag is a not value. So because I am using a first degree curve, I probably have an equivalent number of knots to the number of points that I put in. Fancy. Looks like I really need those Ks. Ooh, there's also a name flag, so I can put in a name to the curve. Let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to come all the way to the end here, and for name I want to put in a -n space, and then I'm going to say arrow underscore CRV. Spell arrow correctly. Now that looks fine, right? Everything looks fine. So I will delete my existing curve in the scene. I don't need that anymore. I just made it so I could get the script. I will highlight my script and press Control Enter. And look at that. I have made a new curve called Arrow Curve. How cool is that? It's so cool. I can make this fancy curve anytime I want, and it'll already come in named. That is the most exciting thing I think I have ever done in my life. So in this very short video, we made a fancy curve, we copied the script down into the script editor, learned a little bit about what its flags mean, and then we added a flag and gave it a name. So I will pause here and let you come to terms with all of that. In the next video, we'll talk about getting even fancier.